What up? It's your boy John Blu, aka the R&B Bully, and right now I'm rocking with YouKnowIGotSoul.com.
All right, so first question, your bio mentions you grew up singing in church. Growing up, when did you realize you wanted to become a singer for a career and do that?
Actually, I got a few bios that's online that's
Oh.
false. I didn't grow up singing in church.
Okay.
I grew up in the church, but just singing. I actually didn't start singing until later on down the line. It all started with me actually playing the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Then from playing the piano, I went to playing the drums, and then from the drums to producing. Then from producing to writing, from writing to rapping, rapping to singing.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
music's
cool.
always been a passion of mine since about the age of 2 or 3.
Yeah. Okay. And how were you originally discovered? Tell me the story about that, and how did it lead to your signing?
Like the hard work and grind, just trying to keep my name out there, doing whatever it took to brand John Blu. And then eventually I ran into a company by the name of AAU, an independent company. AAU stands for All About Us Productions, All About Us Records. And they pretty much put me under their umbrella, and we just grind the wheel together. Took it back to the whole street promo, flooding the DJs with the records, keeping the records inside the clubs, and from there attacking radio, trying to get BDS, and we just worked together. Then eventually it got the majors' attention.
Yeah, cool. And as someone who's a triple threat, singer, songwriter, producer, talk about how you honed each of these crafts, growing up and coming up. Where'd you learn these skills?
It's a God's gift, man.
Yeah.
Everything was pretty much a gift from God. Like, I never took lessons at anything, never took vocal training or nothing like that. It was all just a gift. Like I said, I grew up at a crib that had a piano. So at the age of 2, I would always start pecking and trying to play what I would hear on the radio. And then it went from there to like playing the drums, beating on stuff. All started with the table knocking at school, beating, and spitting little rhymes over the table beats. And then from there, pretty much, excuse me, the singing. The singing just came out into play. Like, I wasn't actually good. Like, within time, you always get better. And, I was real shy as a kid, growing up, real shy. So I was kind of skeptical about, man, should I do this or shouldn't I do this? But I just stayed pursuing it. Eventually I got better at my craft, and my gift made room for me.
Yep. And talk about how being a triple threat, makes you more marketable as an artist, because a lot of singers out there, they can't sing, they can't produce, but you got all 3 of those qualities. So talk about how that gives you an advantage.
It definitely gives you an advantage because, for one, let's say the singing don't take off. You could always produce, you could always write, and that's even more money coming in. Or even if the writing don't take off, you can always be a producer. Yeah. If the producing don't take off, you can always be a writer. So I just feel like you have more leverage when you got way more than just one thing going on for yourself.
Cool. And your bio also mentions you got 2 projects complete, the Reverse Psychology, Undiscovered, and you're working on a 3rd project.
Yeah.
Just tell me about those.
Well, pretty much the Reverse Psychology happens to be my very first album. I think I dropped that at like the age of 14.
Oh, okay.
Back in high school. Then after that, it was the Undiscovered. What is it? Undiscovered.
Undiscovered.
Yeah, Undiscovered. I dropped that one. That was my 2nd album, pretty much independent, and I dropped that like a couple of years later. And then the most recent I got out right now is the mixtape titled the R&B Bully. That's crazy. 21 bangers on there, produced by me, written by the single makers. That's crazy. We released that under AAU also.
Okay.
Just a little thing to just keep the buzz going and keeping John Blu relevant, pretty
Yeah.
much. And right now we're in the process of working on the album.
Okay, cool. You mentioned the title R&B Bully, and I know it's a nickname you take for yourself. How did that come about?
Pretty much, I call myself the R&B Bully. It's real positive, actually. Like, a bully is a person that picks on something or someone until they get what they want from up out of it. So I always told myself I'm going to continue to pick on the music industry until I get what I want from up out of it, which is success.
Okay, cool. And another nickname I read you take that was in your bio was Collabo King. Other artists claim that you're the Collabo King. Tell me about maybe a favorite collaboration you've had so far, that you've had a chance to work with another artist.
Well, definitely. It's been an honor to work with Gucci Man and Twista, doing a collab with them, and also Mystical and Jeremiah, all those guys.
Yeah. Cool. Give me some background on the current single you got out, in Love Wit Yo Booty. How'd that song come together?
The Love Wit Yo Booty record was actually my first single under my signing with Jive, pretty much. So that was the first single, and the current single right now that we're working on is Cologne, featuring Twista and Gucci.
Oh, okay.
So that's the current one. But In Love Wit Yo Booty, that came about pretty much as a sense of humor record. you know, a record for the clubs, and something that the women and the men could relate to. You know what I'm saying? Because I know us as men tend to fall in love with the wrong things, and apparently it be booty. You know what I'm saying? Be the physical on the female, so that's what made me bring that song out.
Yeah.
And as far as the cologne, I did that record because a lot of people could relate to hygiene, relate to smelling good. So I just wanted to make that also another fun record. Hoping to get endorsements from cologne companies and stuff like that.
Okay.
Something that's getting the line started for myself, pretty much. But yeah, that was pretty much how the cologne came about.
Okay, cool. So, you know, I was also wondering, what's the reaction been like to the song "Love Wit Yo Booty"? Has it been good reaction?
Crazy.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Strip club anthem.
Yeah.
Club anthem. It's a feel-good record, like I said. That record's pretty much for ladies with high self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? If you ugly and still happy with your body, that's a good thing. But if you got both qualities, you know what I'm saying, that ain't nothing but a double plus, pretty much.
Cool. You mentioned you're working on your album on Jive, so what can we expect to hear on that album?
Album full of singles.
Yeah.
No album fillers.
All right.
That's one thing that I don't specialize in. I don't specialize in doing album fillers because sometimes you buy people projects, and they have like maybe 3 or 4 songs on there that you actually like. Whereas I'm trying to make an album where I got like 13, 14 all singles.
Yeah.
The pop records, the club bangers, the bedroom bangers, alternative, the inspirational. I'm trying to make everything a classic. So my first national project with the majors to be a classic.
Yeah, cool. Who are you working with on the album? Producers, collaborations, all that?
Well, so far I've been doing all my own production.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing all my own production, and I got actually a writer that's under my company called the Single Makers, TY, and we've been doing pretty much penning all the records. So pretty much it's been like they done gave me creative control to, you know what I'm saying, got faith enough to believe that what I'm going to bring to the table is going to be crazy. So that's a blessing.
I respect that. I like that.
But as far as the features, it's like we reaching out to a lot of people. Like I'm reaching out to R. Kelly. Like I said, we got the joint with Mystical. We got the joint with Jeremiah on there also. Will from Day 26. Twister. I'm trying to get several collabs, man.
Cool. You mentioned Single Makers. You know, I read you're the co-founder of that, where, you know, it gives local artists a chance to come together and network and, you know, create and perfect their craft and all that. Tell me how that came together. What motivated you to you know, create that?
The Single Makers.
Yeah,
Single Makers is basically a production company that only specializes in doing singles. So if there's anybody that's looking for a pop single, a gospel single, a R&B ballad single, whatever, just call us, contact us, the Single Makers at gmail.com.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much, but that company was basically formed and founded by me, and what it is I hired a writer, which happened to be my business partner also, TY, and that's it. That's all we do is just specialize in singles, pretty much.
Yeah, cool. You know, as an artist who's signed on Jive now, what advice could you offer to upcoming artists, you know, who are in this struggle, who are trying to make it?
Right. Well, definitely the first thing I would say is you got to know that sacrifice comes before success. I always say that. That's my whole preach all the time. And it takes teamwork to make a dream work. So basically surround yourself around a team that believes in you and believe in your craft. And y'all just got to go hard together and don't give up. It ain't going to happen overnight, you feel me? So just make sure your music speaks for itself. And you got a team around you that believes in you. And like I said, you got to be willing to give up to get, so sacrificing in order to get success, even in a dictionary.
Cool. And back to the debut album real quick. That's going to be expected later this year, or when do you expect that to drop?
Definitely later this year.
Okay. Cool. That's all the questions I have for you. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, yeah, definitely. You can definitely contact your boy on Twitter at John Blu, JOHNBLU, AAUENT on Twitter also. We got the John Blu fan page. You can just type in John Blu fan page. John Blu fans pretty much. And on Facebook, Blue Beats, BLUBEATS.
Cool.